Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. So, first video in the new garage. So, the Beast and the Celica now have a garage. As you can see, we got the Beast there and the Celica there. So this is our new house and we finally have a garage. And at the moment I'm doing my first repair in the garage, which will be the diff bearings, because they're all noisy, as I think I mentioned in a previous video. So I'm going to be pulling the diff center out and replacing all the bearings in the diff and the wheel bearings, and then obviously new diff oil as well. So yeah, I'm going to start by taking the wheels off. I've got it jacked up, it's on jack stands. So I'm going to take the wheels off, then I'm going to take the diff, empty the diff oil out and go from there. So yeah. Alrighty, so wheels are off and spacers. The diff's just draining under there. So next thing I'm going to do is get underneath. I'll put up a light under here so I can see what I'm doing. Next thing will be these control arms will need to come off, and then we'll yeah, go from there. Alright, and also calipers. So while that's still draining, I'm going to take the calipers off and then yeah, let the handbrake off so I can take those rotors off. Alrighty, so we've got the caliper off. It's just sitting up on that trailing arm there, just so it's not hanging on its cable and stuff like that. So now we're going to take the rear rotor off, which is this screw here, so we're going to undo that right now with this. So I'm just undo that, just like so. Alrighty guys, so I got this side off. The other side was a lot easier. This side was a little seized on, so I might just give that a bit of a rub down with some light sandpaper just to get all the rust off it, and hopefully then maybe put a little bit of anti-seize along it. But yeah, we got all that open. We're going to do the handbrake shoes at the same time as well, because I got those. But I'll worry about those when I put it all back together. So now I'm going to take the diff cover off and those trailing arm, control arms, and then we should be able to slide the axles out. Alrighty guys, so there we go, and there's our diff. So next thing I've got to do is unbolt these bearing caps, and then I theoretically should be able to slide the axles out. Alrighty guys, so I've got those bearing caps off. I've got one axle out, so now I'm just going to pull this one off, and then we'll be able to pull the diff center out, and then I'll undo the tail shaft just over there and pull the pinion out as well. Alrighty guys, so that's both axles out. So now I should be able to pull the diff center out, and then I'll undo the tail shaft and take the pinion out. Alrighty guys, so it is now a couple of days later. I've just finished work and I'm now at Supercheap because I'm going to go pick up a gasket for the diff cover, and then also some diff oil. And then I'm going to be going to my parents' place later this afternoon at around 3:30 to get my dad to help me pull the bearings off and press the new ones on, because he's got all the bearing pullers and hydraulic press and all that sort of stuff, which will make my job a hell of a lot easier. So yeah, we're going to do that, and then hopefully we get all that sorted and we can start putting the diff back together and hopefully have it finished by later tonight. So yeah. Alrighty guys, so we're back in the garage now. We've got the pinion and the carrier bearings done. So now we're just going to get everything oiled up and start putting everything back in and back together. So yeah. Alrighty guys, so we got the pinion in. So now I'm just putting the shims back in, and then we can put some oil on our bearings here and slide them in, slide that diff in, get all that set up and set, then we can put the axles back in. Alrighty guys, so we're back again for another day. It is now Sunday morning, because Friday night I was trying to put it in, but because the bearings are about 1 mil bigger, I couldn't get the shims in, and I ended up actually snapping one of the shims in 3 pieces. So I'll show you the aftermath of the shims. So this is one of the original ones from the passenger side, and then the driver's side one ended up looking like that. So what I've done is, because my dad does machining, I got him to make me a couple of new ones. So we made some 5mm ones that are the exact same size as the old ones. But we've also made some at about a mil smaller to see which one fits better. So yeah, I'm going to try with the 5mm ones again and try and see if I can get it in. If not, I'll drop it down to the 4.5 and see how we go. So yeah, let's grab that thing, throw it in this thing, and put it all back together, and hopefully it works. Alrighty, and the diff is finally in. Alright, so we got it in. I had to use the 4.5mm, so, and they were still tight, but they were tight enough for me to get it in. So that's all in now. Now all I need to do is tighten the pinion, and then we can slide the axles back in. Alrighty guys, so we're just going to put the axles back in now. So I'm just going to clean up all that, and then give all that bit of a clean, re-oil it, and slide that in, and start doing up all the bolts, and put the new handbrake shoes on first as well. So I'm just going to clean all that up, and we'll go from there. Alrighty, so that's our new handbrake shoe on. So benefit of these as well is they also give you new brackets and new screws as well, which means I don't have to reuse the old ones because they're a bit dirty and gross. So yeah, I'm gonna stick those on, and then we can throw the axle back in. Alrighty guys, so that axle is in. You can see it moving the diff there. So go into the other side, and we'll go from there. Alrighty, so the other side's done. We've got that one in, so that one's moving the diff as well. Right, so now I'm gonna go tighten that pinion seal because I couldn't get it done before because I can't get that bearing all the way on. So I thought I'll get and put all this other stuff back together first, and then do the pinion bearing, and we'll try and get that on. So yeah, I was gonna have a little bit of a tidy up and just move some stuff out from underneath so I can get it underneath, and then go from there. Alrighty guys, so I had to pull the whole lot apart again because we ran into another problem. The pinion bearing that they sent me was actually wrong. So all the other bearings are fine, it's just the back pinion bearing that goes on the back of the pinion spigot is the wrong size. It's too small. So it fits on the pinion, but the actual outer cone doesn't fit in the recess. And yeah, so I've had to pull the whole lot apart again, and because I got the cones mixed up when I put them in, so I thought I had the right one in and I didn't, and that's why I was having play in the pinion. So I'm going to be bearing for that hopefully tomorrow, and then hopefully tomorrow afternoon I can put it all back together. And yeah, so we've had a lot of issues on this job, and I'm really hoping this works when I put it back together, because I am missing driving it. I haven't driven it for about a week now. So yeah, hopefully we can get it all done tomorrow, and happy days. But yeah, stay tuned, I'll see you guys tomorrow. Alrighty guys, so we are back. So just a little catch up to you guys on the time frame that this has taken. It is officially a week today that I started this. So yeah, we got the new bearing and it's all together, and no, I have not been wearing the same shirt all week. I just put this on when I'm doing my car because it's already dirty, so instead of dirty other clothes. But we've got the new bearing, which is here on the pinion. So we're gonna put it all back together now. So yeah, hopefully this time will be all good and we can actually get it back together. So yeah, let's get started. Alright, it's going to start with, I'm going to put the new sleeve into the diff housing. Make sure it's on, go clean it first, get it all clean, grease it up, and go from there. Alrighty guys, so that's in, so you can just see that little sleeve in there. So we've got that in. So I've just oiled up the pinion bearing, the new pinion bearing, put some oil up in that just to keep it all lubricated already once the bearing's in. So we're going to slide our pinion in, and then we'll put the bearing, the crush sleeve and the bearing on the other end, and go from there. Alrighty guys, so pinion's in, bearings on the other side, pinion seal is in, and the yoke is on as well. So the yoke's only just hand tight. I'm going to put the diff center in, get the axles back in, then I'll tighten the nut completely in the diff yoke, and we'll put the tail shaft back on, and then put our gasket glue on, put our cover back on, fill it up with oil, and then hopefully we'll be done. And I'm not going to start it and test it until the gasket glue is dried out, because I don't want any leaks. So yeah, tomorrow will be first start up and test drive while it's on jack stand to make sure everything's spinning right, and then I'll put the wheels back on, lower it down, and go from there. Alrighty guys, so everything's back together now. So brakes are on, handbrake shoes are on, axles are in, diff carrier's in, towel shafts in. So now I'm just going to put some gasket glue around the face of that, give a double check and everything there, gasket up that, screw that on, put those sway bars back on, and then yeah, let it sit, fill it up with oil tomorrow, and hope for the best. Alrighty guys, so the cover's back on, all gasket glued up. I've cleaned up all the oil that's around it, so I'll be able to see if it's leaking anywhere. The sway bars are on, all bolted in, everything's tight. So that's it, I'm going to leave it like this for the night, let that gasket glue cure overnight, and then tomorrow afternoon when I get home from work, I'll start it up, run through some gears, and then I'll put the wheels back on, take it off, and then take it for a test drive. And hopefully the sound's gone, hopefully everything else is done, and yeah, I will be able to drive around again. So yeah, I'm pretty confident now that I got it. We've run into a few issues, but I'm pretty confident now that everything will go to plan. So fingers crossed. Alright, so I'll see you guys tomorrow. Alrighty guys, so we're back. It's now Tuesday. So I've checked all the gasket glue, it's all dry. I've just filled it up with oil. So I'll put 1.5 litres of diff oil in. So yeah, we're gonna start it up and give it a test now. So let's hope for the best. Seems all good. So we're just going to throw the wheels back on now, and then we'll take it for a test run. Alrighty, so wheels are on, we're off the jack stands, and we're going to go through a test drive right now. So, wish me luck guys. Alrighty guys, so I'm proud to say that the EF is back. Test drive went well, can't feel any issues, so yeah, I'll give it a check under there tomorrow and make sure that everything's still not leaking, and yeah, I'll do a couple more test runs on it as well. So yeah, that's it. So thanks for watching, hope you guys learned a thing or two, because I learned a lot. So yeah, please like, comment any questions and subscribe, and I'll see you in my next video.